Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 849th battle that I've put onto our YouTube channel. Just to say, I'm sorry I've come down with a bit of a nasty cold, and it's affected my voice a little bit, so I hope it doesn't spoil the commentary too much. Okay, it's just unfortunate that it's come on to me today. All right. Anyway, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Scorpion King. He's called himself OTG Chimrazig, but it is in fact Scorpion King, and he's got 8 infantry, 6 archers, and 6 cataphracts. Okay, 8 infantry, 6 archers, and you'll see here, if we have a look at his troops here, you see his archers here are the Eastern archers. Okay, these guys got long range, really elite archers here. Good defense as well. You can see they're wearing armor, and if you notice here, he's got, I think, 6 plumbarterai units. Okay, now remember, these plumbarterai units, they actually throw effective against armor darts, and he's got 2 combatant eagle units there. They are. There's a plumbarterai, and if you look in their left hand, in their shield hand, you'll see them carrying those effective against armor darts there. Okay, and these can be absolutely devastating to enemy troops. You can see whole units of enemy troops kind of melting from the firepower from those effective against armor metal darts. And as I say here, he's got 2 eagle units for the extra morale for his troops, and these guys throw pilers. Okay, so these guys got 3, they can throw 3 lots of pilers, but those plumbarterai have got loads of ammunition, maybe 15 of those effective against armored darts. And here you'll see that he's gone for the equitai cataphractori. Okay, the equitai cataphractori, those of you that like statistics, they've got gold shield, gold attack upgrades on. That gives them a 7 attack, a massive 34 defense, and these guys have got an 8 charge bonus. Okay, they've got an 8 charge bonus. That is very high cavalry charge bonus for Barbarian Invasion. But their secondary weapon, their alt attack weapon, is only a heavy sword. So they're not actually meant for melee too much. But the 8 charge bonus is for them to smash into enemy troops and cause big casualties from impact and penetration there. Okay, so that's Scorpion King's Roman army. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Vicox. Now Vicox has also got 8 infantry, but he's got just 4 archers, and he's got 8 cavalry. Remember, when we play Barbarian Invasion, we allow 8 cavalry max. Okay, so that's what he's got there. And I just wanted to show you the difference between Vicox's cavalry and Scorpion King's cavalry. Now here you'll see that Vicox has got the Equitate Clibanarii cavalry with their effective against armor maces. Now those of you, once again, that like statistics, gold attack, gold shield, gold attack, these guys have got an 8 attack, 35 defense, but only a 5 charge bonus. Okay, so these guys with those effective against armor maces are armed for melee. Okay, they're armed for actually fighting, but not for charging, if you see what I mean. Now, as I say, these cataphractori here, okay, they've got a massive 8 charge bonus, but their secondary weapon, as I say, is only a heavy sword. So they're used like for battering rams. You know what I mean by that? It's smashing into enemy troops, causing them big casualties, but then you pull them out quickly. You don't leave them in melee. Whereas these Equitai Clibanarii, with their effective against armor maces, they've only got a 5 charge bonus, but you can leave them fighting enemy troops for a long time because they got those effective against armor maces there. So that's the difference between those 2 lots of cavalry. Okay, so that's not too bad an army there for Vicox and Scorpion King. Be interesting to see how they use them during the course of the battle. Okay. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member JGB, who's got the Lombardi faction. Now he's got 5 cavalry, 9 infantry, and 5 archers. Okay, just have a quick look at his army. If you haven't seen the Lombardi faction, he's got his chosen axemen. Remember, those guys' axes are effective against armor. So make no mistake, they can cut wide swathes through heavily armored troops like Roman infantry. So that's chosen axemen there. Now if you notice here, he's gone for the chosen archers. He's got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Now you've got 2 lots of archers. You've got these archers here, which are well armored but are only medium range. or you've got the Lombard archers, which are long range, but they're very poor in defence. So you've got to make a choice. And as you can see here, JGP's decided to go with the chosen archer. So he's gone medium range, but well armoured troops there with good defence. And then he's got the Lombard berserkers. Now remember, these guys got a big attack specifications, a massive fear factor, but I believe those swords are not effective against armour. And if you notice, there's 32 of them as well. So these berserkers can be very, very effective on Barbarian Invasion if used at the correct time. Okay, so that's JGP's infantry and archers there. And have a look at his cavalry. And I think, if I remember, these are the Barbarian Noble Cavalry. These are between medium and elite cavalry. Okay, they're better than medium cavalry, but they're not up in the elite bracket. So they're somewhere between medium and elite. But they can be very, very effective there. So it'll be interesting to see how JGP uses that army during the course of the battle. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's bought the Sassanid faction. Now I've got 9 infantry, 4 archers, and 6 cavalry. Okay, if you notice here, I've got Sugdian warriors. Now these guys carry effective against armor maces, and these, make no mistake, these are good solid infantry. And with the attacking specifications they got with those effective against armor maces, they're really good. I've also got desert archers here. Now if you notice, they don't wear armor, so their defense is not very good. And of course they're not in the desert, so they're not getting a desert bonus, but they are long range archers. Okay, so their defense isn't very good, as you can see, because they're not wearing armor there, but they are long-range archers. And here you can see the strength of the Sassanids here in the cataphracts here. Look. And if you notice here, these guys are armored from head to toe. You could call these guys maybe the tanks of the ancient world. And make no mistake, these are elite cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle. As I say, you can see their armour from head to toe. So a Sassanid faction is one of my favourite factions there. So it'll be interesting to see how I get on with them during the course of the battle. So there's our team. It should be a cracking battle for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 10 infantry, 2 priests, 6 cavalry, and 1 peasant unit. Okay, so if you have a close look here, you'll see, I think the majority of his troops, his infantry, are plumbarturi. Remember, throwing those effective against armour metal darts, where they might have about 15 of those each to throw. And then he's got 2 eagle units as well there for the extra morale boost for his troops. Okay, so that looks a pretty good tried and tested Aurelius army there. They were the plumbarturi with their effective against armour metal darts. Now here you'll see that he's bought 2, I think it's Orthodox priest units. Now, in both Rome Total War and Barbarian Invasion, morale is, of course, very important. But in Barbarian Invasion, morale seems to be even more important to keep your troops fighting longer than it is in Rome Total War. So to bring a couple of religious units to boost the morale of your troops is a good tactical move. Quick look at his cavalry there, and you'll see that he's bought the Equitae Clibanarii there with their effective against armour maces. Okay. And he's got a peasant unit there as well. So that's Aurelius's army. Looks pretty good. And their next teammate is RV Cornovii. Now Cornovii has got 5 cavalry, 10 infantry, 2 berserkers, and 2 archers there. Okay. And you see he's got his army in kind of a bit of a clump there. It's a bit more difficult for us to have a look at the units. Right, now these are the Lombard archers we talked about earlier. Remember, they haven't got any armour, so their defence is not very good, but they're long-range archers. So he decided to go for those rather than the chosen archers. There's his infantry there, Horde chosen swordsmen. They're quite solid, good solid infantry they are. Okay, and then you've got the golden band there. Okay, and you can see why they're called the golden band, because they wear those like kind of golden belts around their waist. So they're called the golden band infantry. Check the specifications on them, they're pretty good infantry. And then of course you've got the Lombard berserkers, which we looked at earlier. Big attack specifications, a big fear factor. But also you'll see that Cornovi's gone for the Burgundian lancers. Now these are pretty unique cavalry, because they're heavy cavalry, but they've got the speed of light cavalry. Okay, so you've got the advantage of having heavy cavalry, but with the speed of light cavalry there. So that's Cornovi's army. Looks pretty good. Okay, now their next teammate, okay, is someone who's called Bag-O, and he's bought the Saxons faction. Now he's got 4 archers, 12 infantry, and 4 cavalry. Now we don't know anything about this guy. He come and joined our battles on Sunday when we played Barbarian Invasion, but he told us that he's played Rome Total War campaign for over 14 years. So this is only his 2nd battle on Barbarian Invasion. And there you can see he's got the chosen axemen with their effective against armor axes there. Okay. So, and he's got, oh my gosh, count the upgrades. Fully upgraded chosen axemen there. Wow. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on those axemen. You don't want to mess with them. And then, of course, he's gone for the mounted nobles. As I say, these are somewhere between medium and elite cavalry. They're quite useful. And he's got, I think, 3 archer units, 3 or 4 archer units there. These guys are medium range. You can see they wear no armor, so their defense is pretty poor. So they're not great archers, but you certainly need to bring archers for cover there, because all his infantry would be incredibly susceptible to archer fire. Their last teammate is OTD Penn there. Now, Penn has got 11 infantry, 8 cavalry, and 1 archer. Okay. You have a look there, there's the archer unit there, hunter unit, I say mid-range, no armor, so the defense are pretty poor there. But I just want to show you his infantry here, and you'll see these guys are Francisca Herbands. If you notice the axes they carry there, they're effective against armor, but they're also throwing axes. So these guys got these throwing axes here, which can be very effective against enemy troops there. And make no mistake, they're pretty good, but the power of the Frankish troops here are the paladins here. Check out the specifications of the paladins. They're a really good cavalry, really good solid cavalry, these paladins are, and definitely rank in the elite cavalry bracket on this game. And he's got 8 of those. Remember, 8 cavalry max allowed in Barbarian Invasion. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that all my teammates have kind of congregated here over on the right flank and right centre. But you can see I'm all the way over there on the far left flank. So I've got to run my troops all the way over here. And I remember saying to my teammates, please don't attack straight away, because by the time I get over there, my troops would be tired and, you know, they won't be suitable for fighting. Remember, if your troops are tired, very tired or exhausted, their battle proficiency, the way they actually fight the battle, drops, and their morale is very low as well. So I remember saying to my teammates, please don't attack, because it's going to take me a bit of time to get over to you, and I will be tired by the time I get over to you. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Okay, you can see here JGP bringing his Lombardi army over, but there's my Sassanid army. I'm trying to move over to that right flank as fast as I can there. As you can see, my cataphracts there, and my Sugdian warriors, and my archers all trying to get over to that right flank as soon as I can. And hopefully, as I say, my teammates won't attack, because, I say, by the time I get over there, my troops will be tired, and I don't really want to fight them in a tired condition for the reason that I explained a little bit earlier. Your troops are tired, their battle proficiency, the way they actually fight the battle, is a lot lower, their morale is lower as well. So really you don't want to fight your troops when they're tired, very tired, or exhausted there. Right, now here you'll see, can you see that Aurelius had started to walk his troops over to the other flank, and now he's decided to run his troops over to the other flank there to team up with his teammates, if you notice there. Okay, but here you'll see Scorpion King, being his usual aggressive self, is bringing his Roman army down here to try and intercept Aurelius's Roman army there. Can you see? So, as I say, I think Scorpion King here, he just saw a possible chance here of attacking Aurelius's army, and he decided to just do that now. You can see the archers of Scorpion King being brought down there, those elite archers, so they'll be shooting into Aurelius's infantry as Aurelius is moving over to the other flank. There you can see Aurelius is keeping moving there, but the thing is, Scorpion King's only got his archers and his cavalry there, so Aurelius might feel that he can attack here. Do you see what I mean? Because Scorpion King's only got his archers and his cavalry at this particular part of the battlefield there. So there you are. You can see Aurelius now decides to go really aggressive here and attack Scorpion King's archers and cavalry. But there you are. You can see Vicox coming down to help Scorpion King there. But that was a very aggressive attack there by Aurelius there. But now Aurelius is up against 2 Roman armies, Vicox and Scorpion Kings there. So, as I say, you can see, can you see that there's a slight slope there? That our team have got a down slope advantage there, which we're charging into Aurelius's infantry and cavalry. So, as I say, Aurelius decided to be very aggressive and attack there, but he's now up against Vicox and Scorpion King's army there. So whether that's a good decision, we'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, you'll see I'm trying to run my troops over as fast as I can. Got my archers over there, they're tired. My cavalry are winded and my infantry is still trying to get over there at this stage. So that's what I'm just trying to do there. But as I say, Vicox and Scorpion King here being very, very aggressive right from the very, very start of the battle here. And as I say, Aurelius there being very aggressive as well. But you can see with that downhill slope, our team has got an advantage there with cavalry and infantry there, like a bang, as that cavalry unit smashes in to Aurelius's infantry there. Okay, you can see that cavalry unit is an Equitai Clibanarii unit because it's effective against armor mace there, against that Aurelius. There you are, effective against armor mace there, and that's why they can be left fighting enemy troops there for a long time because they're geared up for melee. There, so you can see that with the effective against armor maces there. But Aurelius's army there, as I say, it's going to be hit by 2 armies there, Vicox and Scorpion King. Now you can see Aurelius's allies trying to get over to Aurelius now. Can you see them moving over towards him? But I just think it's going to be too late looking at the odds here against Aurelius's Roman army. There's that cavalry coming down there, look, bang, and it smashes in there. Oh my gosh, right. Okay, so this is good news for our team. All of Aurelius's army has now been routed. So nice move there by a combination attack there by Vicox and Scorpion King there. And so you can see Aurelius's army has been routed there. And you can see Aurelius's allies are trying to get over to help Aurelius there as fast as they can, but they just couldn't get there in time, and Aurelius's army has been taken out. You can see though that there's a heck of a lot of enemy troops moving over towards Scorpion King and Vicox. Okay, now there you'll see JGP's Lombardi troops there moving down through the woods there to help Vicox and Scorpion King against that massive amount of enemy troops that are moving towards them. And I say my infantry's just got over here. Can you see they're tired though? Okay, so the last thing I want to do is put them into battle. I've run all the way over from that left flank here. They're tired, so I don't really want to put them into battle when they're tired. I'm going to wait for them to get at least winded, but preferably warmed up is where I would like to get them to be before I put them into battle. So, as I say, you can see they're tired there, so as I say, I don't want to put them into battle there until they've got their fitness back, their stamina back, if you like. Now here's a unit you don't see very often, and that's the Hippo Toxotato, I think it's called there, and that's the Roman a Roman missile cavalry unit. We don't see that very often on our 30k battles on Barbarian Invasion. But as I say here, good news for us. We've managed to rout Aurelius's army. But Vicox and Scorpion King need to be very careful because there's a heck of a lot of enemy troops moving towards them now, as you can see. Okay, you can see there's enemy cavalry charging in there like a bang! As those Saxon cavalry there charge in to the flank of our allies' cavalry there, routed a few of the cavalry units. You can see you've got the Frankish paladins coming over there as well. And you can see that Cornovii is bringing his army over as well there. So as I say, Vicox and Scorpion King need to be careful there. You can see those Frankish there. You can see the Frankish and paladins charging in there like a bang as they smash in there. And you can see, as I say, a heck of a lot of enemy troops there attacking Vicox and Scorpion King. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. Now you'll see that we saw that Aurelius' army was basically routed there, but you'll see a lot of his units have rallied. And that's because we didn't get a chance to chase down those units because his allies came across to help him so quickly. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure that Vicox and Scorpion King would have chased down those units and stopped them from rallying. Okay, but you can see a heck of a lot of enemy troops here moving over towards Vicox and Scorpion King there. Okay, you can see there, can you see that the cataphractii of Scorpion King are just using their heavy swords there. Okay, as I say, they're built for like a sledgehammer attack, you know, like a battering ram attack. They're not really built for melee there, where the Equiti Clibanarii, they're using their effective against armor maces. They're built actually for fighting and being in the melee, if you see what I mean there. So that's the difference between the cataphractii and the Equiti Clibanarii there. But I think Scorpion King and Vicox are doing well. They've beaten off that cavalry attack that came in on their flank, so well done to them there. But you can see a heck of a lot of enemy troops there moving towards them there. A nice move there by Vicox there with his cavalry, routed those two paladin units there. But as I say here, Vicox and Scorpion King have like kind of teamed up there, if you see what I mean. They seem to have put their troops together. But if you look at the enemy troops, the amount of enemy troops moving towards them, you can see that I think looking at this stage of the battle, the numbers seem to favour the enemy troops. I don't know what you think there. Moving over towards them. As I say, I'm really sorry about this cold. It's affected my throat a little bit, and of course it's affected my voice a bit. I hope it doesn't spoil the commentary too much for you. But here, as I say, you can see a lot of enemy troops moving forward there. And that's the Francisca Herban Frankish axe-throwing troops there as well. And here you can see some rallied units of Aurelius there, but they're quite weakened, very battle damaged units there. And I think if they get hit by our cavalry, they could rout again. And this time they would mass rout, and I don't think they would come back then. They wouldn't rally there because they're so small in number as it is at the moment there. So you can see us moving our green Roman troops down towards those purple troops of Aurelius there. Let's say it would have been a good idea for Aurelius to move his infantry away from that situation because they are all battle damaged, which means their morale will be low and they're more susceptible to routing if they get hit by cavalry. And you can see there our cavalry charging in there and bang, as those units of Aurelius are starting to be routed now. Okay, so very nice aggressive move there by Scorpion King. Now over here you'll see that JGP has got his units in the woods. Now remember, barbarian troops get winter bonus or woods bonus there, and so because he's fighting in the woods, look, he'll be getting a bonus there. So his arrows will go further, and it enhances, I believe, the all the specifications of the barbarian troops when they get that woods advantage there, the woods bonus as they call it. But there you are, you can see those Franciscan Herban axe-throwing troops there. It looks to me like they're going to be hit by a lot of archer fire from JGP's archers in the woods there. So they're going to suffer a lot of casualties. All the enemy troops are all susceptible to archer damage. And we've got quite a few archers in our armies, so we're going to be causing them a lot of casualties there. Right, here you'll see Scorpion King moving his infantry forward. Always being aggressive, always being attacking there as he moves forward towards that mass of enemy troops. He's got some of his battle damaged cavalry ready to move in there as well. But it looks to me like both Vicox and Scorpion King looking to be very aggressive here against the enemy troops. And as I say, JGP's positioned his infantry in the woods there, which is a good move there for that, as I say, for that woods bonus here. Now you can see a lot of enemy cavalry out here on our right flank. And there you can see there that our archers will be shooting into them and causing them a lot of casualties. So the enemy team have got a choice, either stand around and being shot to pieces by our archers or attack. Now here's those elite Roman Eastern archers there. Make no mistake, they're on the slight, if you notice they're on that slope a little bit there. So their arrows will be going further and doing more damage there. You can see my archers there as well, ready to start shooting into the enemy troops. So as I say, all those enemy troops that you can see, they're all susceptible to archer damage. And we've got so many archers shooting into them now. You know, as I say, they can stand around and get shot to pieces. Or the only other thing they can do is either withdraw out of range of our archers, or they can attack. Now at this stage of the battle, you'll notice that the enemy team here is moving over towards the right. Okay, now remember in this battle I said to my teammates, private message my teammates, looks like they're going to treble attack Scorpion King here. Just looking at all those troops moving over there to that right flank. You see what I mean? Looking to treble Scorpion King there on our right flank. Nice move here by Penn, taking his paladins up round behind Scorpion King's infantry there. But if you notice, there is a massive movement of enemy troops over to this right flank. So to me, the enemy plan, I don't know what all of you think in here, but it looks to me like the enemy plan here is to move over to the right and then attack Scorpion King's army here. Okay, all those troops there to attack. Now, I think Scorpion King can see what's coming. And also, don't forget, I did say it looks to me like they're going to hit Scorpion King. And he's moved his troops back a little bit towards his ally. So that's a good tactical move there by Scorpion King. But with all the enemy troops moving over to the right flank, Vicox spots a very weak part of their battle line here. Okay, it's good battlefield awareness here. Can you see Vicox is running his troops forward? Right, because the only thing in front of him is archers, light archers there. Look, that's the only thing that's in front of him. And he's going to move his infantry and cavalry down there, look. And then that's going to be a big breach in their battle line. Look at the gap between the Frankish troops and his allies there. So I think Vicox is thinking if he gets in that gap there, he's kind of broken their battle line there and has isolated those Frankish troops. Do you see what I mean? So that's why Vicox is being very aggressive here. He's moving forward. But if you notice here, Penn, the Frankish general, can see what's happening, and he's moving his Franciscan Herban troops back. But as I say, Vicox here being very aggressive here, going for the weak spot of their battle line there where they've just got archers. Nice aggressive move there, but he needs not to move forward too much. Right. If you notice here, can you see that Vicox maybe has moved forward too much now, and his flanks are exposed to a massive enemy hit coming in on him? Can you see what I mean? If the enemy now switch attack direction, change their trajectory, they could come in on either flank of poor old Vicox's army and maybe even rout his entire army there if they do that. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see what the enemy's going to do here, because Vicox's army is now all of a sudden vulnerable. And there's that cavalry going in like a bang. There's that cavalry to the right. You can see the enemy now have had a change of plan and are now changing their trajectory of their attack onto Vicox's army, which is now isolated. Can you see how isolated Vicox's army is? And the enemy are make no mistake here, are going to try and smash Vicox's army here. Look at that. Vicox's army is beginning to mass rout. Oh my gosh. We were looking like we were doing so well now. And now look at what's happening to our army now. So there you go. That is now all of Vicox's army, including his general unit, has now been routed. Oh my gosh. In just a few seconds there, the game that was looking good for us is now looking pretty poor. Now you can see these Franciscan Herban Axemen facing a JGP's Lombardi army. He's come out the woods now and he's decided to attack. But remember, he's still getting the winter bonus. But as I say, Vicox's army has been taken out. Now Scorpion King is moving his army over to help Vicox. But if Scorpion King's not careful, his whole Roman army could be taken out as well. Look at these paladins coming in behind him. Oh my gosh. So in a few seconds, we've lost all of Vicox's Roman army, and if we're not careful, Scorpion King's army could get taken out as well. Oh my gosh, just look at the aggressive attacking that the enemy troops are doing there. Oh my gosh, so you can see a lot of Scorpion King's army is starting to rout, all of Vicox's army is starting to rout, and here you'll see these Franciscan Herban axemen, look, throwing their axes into JGP's Lombardi infantry there. Remember, those axes are effective against armour and can cause a heck of a lot of casualties there. And as I say, you can see there them throwing those axes into JGP's troops there. And there's a berserker unit there, look, attacking those Franciscan Herbans there. And you can see that JGP is now attacking them Franciscan Herban units, those Frankish troops there. But you can see, oh my gosh, I think all of Scorpion King's army has now been routed as well. That berserker unit of Cornovii, look, the fear factor that that's brought, plus all the other attacking troops. So, oh my gosh, all of Vicox's troops and all of Scorpion King's troops have now been routed. Oh my gosh, you can see here, look. So in a few seconds, from a battle that was looking good for us, as we routed Aurelius's army, things are looking bad. And if you notice here, my Sugdian warriors, my Sassanid Sugdian warriors, they don't like the friends, routing through them. Can you see? Unhappy to see friends routing. Now what that does, that lowers the morale of my infantry. So my poor old Sugdian warriors are so upset about seeing allies running from the battlefield that their morale is dropped themselves there. Oh my gosh. And there's my cavalry up there as well. I've got my cavalry locked and loaded, but I'm hoping that some of Vicox and Scorpion King's units will rally here. But oh my gosh, now JGP's fighting over here with his Lombardi army. Now whether he'll be able to hold or not over there, because there's a lot of enemy troops heading towards his troops there as well. That's a big clump of archers he's got there. Make no mistake, he'll be causing a lot of casualties to enemy troops there. But if he gets hit by enemy cavalry, those archers will just fold. Right, you can see here, and this is a good move by JGP. Got his cavalry in behind the enemy troops and is now smashing into the rear of those engaged enemy troops. Nice tactical move there by JGP. But as I say, over here, you can see victorious enemy troops are now moving towards my Sugdian warriors. Okay, and as I say, my Sugdian warriors' morale is already low because seeing friendly units routing, running through them there, that's lowering their morale, and all these enemy troops are heading in towards my Sugdian warriors. So my army could well be on the brink of routing as well. So well done to the enemy team there. I think they've played really well, and I think a well-deserved victory for them as well there. But I'm not going to go down without fighting. So if you notice here, I'm going to charge my Sugdian warriors forward. See, my Sugdian infantry are going forward, but I'm going to ram home the attack with cavalry. Okay, so my Sugdian effective against armour warriors are going to charge into those enemy troops there, but I'm going to ram home the attack with my cataphract cavalry. Okay, so it's going to be a combination of infantry and cavalry. I'm going to smash in to these victorious enemy troops that have just routed my two allies' Roman armies there. Right, you can see my infantry hitting them, and now my cavalry is pouring through my infantry, and bang, as I smash in there. You can see Aurelius throwing a couple of his cavalry units into the flank of my attacking cavalry there. But you can see that my infantry and cavalry there have managed to rout those enemy units that were attacking my troops. So I'm very pleased with that. That was a good combination of infantry and cavalry attack. But meanwhile, unfortunately, get ready for this, all of JGP's army has just been routed. Okay, so all of JGP, our last ally with his full army, has now been routed, and those enemy troops there, their morale will be very high after routing our troops there, and all these enemy troops now are ready to attack my Sugdian warriors. Oh my gosh. So things not looking very good, and as I say, well done to the enemy team. A well-deserved victory, I think. Here you'll see that some of Vicox and Scorpion King's troops have rallied there. Okay, so that's good news for us. That's going to give us some extra fighting capability. But as I say, that combined cavalry and infantry charge that I just did on those enemy troops, that was good. We managed to rout all those troops there, but just look at the enemy troops that are coming towards us now. Now what I think the enemy are going to do, they're not just going to charge piecemeal. I think they're going to organise I think they're going to organise themselves a little bit better than that, and then maybe come at us with one massive hit. There you can see there all those enemy troops moving towards us. And as I say, you can see they've stopped and they're going to organise the attack now. But as I say, a lot of my allies' infantry and cavalry units have rallied there, so they'll be able to help. Now you can see the enemy troops starting to move towards my Sogdian warriors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to repeat the tactic that I did earlier. I'm going to charge my Sogdian warriors into the advancing enemy team, and then I am going to ram home their attack with my cataphract, with my cavalry there. Okay, so that's what my tactic's going to be. I'm not just going to stand there and let them attack me. There you are. I'm going to charge into them with my Sogdian warriors. Come on, my cataphracts. Charge in there. You can see my cataphracts charging forward there. I'm going to ram home that attack with that cavalry. Get ready for this. Bang! As I smash into the enemy troops there. And you can see some of my allies, green Roman troops, have rallied there, charging. But just look at all that enemy cavalry coming down the slope into the flank of my Sogdian warriors and my cavalry attack there. Just look at that massive load of cavalry charging into the flank of my troops, plus all those Franciscan Herban axemen charging into the flank of my troops as well. But luckily, as I say, some of Vicox troops and some of Scorpion King's troops have rallied, and they're coming back into the fray to help here. Oh my gosh. And you can see our archers still shooting in to the enemy troops. They're still be causing them casualties there, shooting into them there. But oh my gosh, there. You can see my Sogdian warriors and cataphracts charging in there. I've managed to rout some of the enemy units there. As you can see, this one Clibonari, Clibonari Immortal unit there is my general unit. I've auto-attacked them, so they're using their effective against armour axes. And you can see my cataphracts charging in there as well, doing a good job there. I should auto-attack them, so they're going to be using their heavy swords there as well. So this is a massive battle here with my cavalry and infantry against all that victorious enemy infantry and cavalry, and taking out most of my allies' troops there. But those cataphracts and my Sogdian warriors, they're effective against armor maces. Oh my gosh, we've managed to rout all those victorious enemy troops that were attacking us. Oh my gosh. So we've done very well there, and it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. But if we look over the battlefield, it's quite a spread out battlefield actually. If you notice the dead, sorry about that. But here you can see the different piles of dead there of. All those archers of JGP got taken out there by enemy cavalry. Here you can see is where JGP was fighting those Franciscan Herban troops there, and then all those JGP's troops got routed there. Oh my gosh. Then over here you can see just the massive piles of dead there. Lots of dead cataphracts there, you can see. Lots of dead cavalry there. So as I say, it's quite a spread out battlefield here. The bodies lying in the long grass all around this particular part. But bearing in mind that we took out Aurelius's Roman army quite quick in this battle, and it looked like it was going to be possibly an easy victory for us. But then the enemy team turned the tables on us, and it looked like we were going to lose. So we managed to turn the tables back again. So pleased with that, really. But as I say, a lot of dead troops there, as you can see in that particular area there. Just look at the dead troops there. Oh my gosh, loads of them. So as I say, our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. Okay, the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well there, and I was amazed that it was a clear victory after we lost Scorpion King, Vicox and JGP's army there. Really, I mean, you saw the mass rout. So for us to get a clear victory, I'm surprised. Right, highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Vicox. 1,568 kills. Well done to Vicox there. Really well played. Great kills there. So well done to Aurelius. He'll be disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills there, but he was very aggressive right from the beginning of the battle. So well done to him there. Well done to Cornovii. Nearly got 1,000 kills there with his troops, so he played very aggressively, very well. And that Bag O, as I say, he's played campaign on RTW for 14 years, and this is only his second Barbarian Invasion battle. He got the second highest kills in the battle there. So really well done to Bago. And OTD Penn got some good kills with his Frankish troops as well. He didn't get 1,000 kills, so we were a bit disappointed, but really well played, guys. My Sassanid kills, yep, I'm not too bad with those. If you notice, I've lost about 300 men, around about 300 men in the whole battle there. So I was quite pleased with that. Well done to JGP. As I say, not quite 1,000 kills there, so he might be a bit disappointed. But I thought he played well with his Lombardi units there. Well done to Vicox, as I say, highest kills in the game. And well done to Scorpion King, second highest kills in the game there. Just to say, Barbarian Invasion came out in 2005, but it's always been in the shadow of its big brother, Rome Total War. We play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. If you'd like to join us, it'd be great to see you. But every Sunday night, we play Barbarian Invasion. And as I say, Barbarian Invasion is a great game in its own right. And as I say, it's always been in the shadow of Rome Total War. And I think a lot of people didn't really give Barbarian Invasion a chance. But as you've seen, the battles that I've put on our channel have shown how good Barbarian Invasion is. And it's great fun learning the strengths and weaknesses of each faction and, you know, and each unit in those factions as well. So that's why we like playing it every Sunday night. So please come and join us on a Friday and Saturday to play Rome Total War, and join us on a Sunday to play Barbarian Invasion. You would be very welcome. Please give us a thumbs up and see you soon.